Hey, really quick before the video starts, I'm from the future and I wanted to tell you guys that this is very important to remember. Code offhand15 for 15% off your magic candle purchase. My time's running out, okay? Keep that in mind for the rest of the video. I gotta go. What, you guys think this is funny? You guys think, oh, it's all fun and games because he's wearing a Mickey Mouse hat and he's wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt and he's always wearing blue jeans and his Apple Watch? Alright, well, I was gonna show you what was in my stash, but I guess that's gonna have to wait for later because you guys can't behave yourselves. You know what? No, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this, okay? I'm not doing any more starter packs. I'll be right back. 1 second, guys. Don't laugh. Okay, this is a new look. I'm trying it out. I've got a sweater, I've got a magic band, glasses, new hair, and I'm wearing plaid pants. So if that isn't truly showing you that I'm trying to change, so there's no more starter packs made about me, I don't know what does. I'm undergoing a sort of metamorphosis. Just like, I need a segue here. Just like, oh, Fantasyland. The world is changing. Every day that goes by, I see new things that weren't there the day before. Things that I don't recognize. Things that mean change is coming. Change is not always a bad thing. In fact, in this situation, it's probably a good thing. Fantasyland has charmed locals and tourists alike when visiting Disneyland in Anaheim, California, all the way back since opening in 1955. It's a place where everyday people like you and me get to step inside the theater screen to visit a Disney classic. Do you want to fly over the streets of London with Peter Pan? Well, at Disneyland you can. If you want to be a menace to society driving through the streets of London and ruining everybody's night, you can do that too. And Fantasyland has changed so much over the years, with the addition of the Matterhorn bobsleds in 1959, bringing the theming of the entire area up to a whole new level. And then you have the addition of New Fantasyland in 1983, and that, everybody, was the beginning of a brand new chapter in Fantasyland's history.
28 years ago, Walt Disney staked his reputation and his pocketbook on what he called an amusement park for the young and young at heart. Today, a $42 million renovation of one of the park's favorite attractions, Fantasyland, was unveiled. Our Orange County correspondent Dave Lopez has a live report from the Magic Kingdom. David?
Connie, no matter how many times you've been to Disneyland in the past, when you come into the new Fantasyland, you get the feeling that you have never been in this park before. What they wanted to create, they have done it in a very spectacular fashion.
Orange County reporter Bonnie Haynes is out there at Disneyland. Nice assignment, huh? She's got a live update. What's going on out there, Bonnie?
Oh, Kelly, it's beautiful. We're inside Fantasyland, completed just days ago. And yet, as you look around this Tyrolean village, it's been carefully aged to look hundreds of years old. And that's all part of the magic of Disneyland, first opened 3 decades ago.
That's right, Bonnie, we are here at New Fantasyland. The year is 1983, and there's even a new Pinocchio attraction over there. I hear they use the same effect they use over in the Haunted Mansion somewhere in that ride. So, I'll have to grab a fast pass to... I'm sorry? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm receiving word that Fast Pass has not been introduced yet in the Disney parks. My apologies. Let's head back to present Dallin. Are you there, Dallin? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Buildings modeled after and very convincingly themed after a small Bavarian village, instead of very cheap-ish looking plywood facades for the original Fantasyland, and the addition of a brand new Fantasyland dark ride, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, which, side note, by the way, did anybody else think that the Pinocchio ride had just been there since opening day? Before you learned that it was built later on? Is this just me? Am I crazy? I'm crazy. Comment I'm crazy. Oh no. And New Fantasyland at Disneyland was received with unanimous praise. Everyone believed it was an improvement upon the original, and I gotta say I agree with those people. I think this is way better than the 1955 Fantasyland. But if you've been paying attention to the current news and updates at Disneyland, and you've just been looking around the last time you were there, yes, this has been going on for quite some time. Even if we haven't been to the park in a year, you may be able to look around and see that things are beginning to change in Fantasyland. This is the beginning of a new chapter, a third chapter, if you will, to the classic Disneyland land. So join me as we move into the present of Fantasyland and then slowly make our way into the future with upcoming attractions and changes that are happening and ones that may be happening. Because after all these years of asking Disney to please give Tomorrowland a refresh. Bring back the People Mover, gosh dang it. We just need a new Tomorrowland. It's getting really outdated. Disney said, okay, we hear you loud and clear. This is New Fantasyland. Okay, Disney, what? Tomorrowland's soon though, right? Let's go ahead and start where Disney started. You see, after Tomorrowland 1983, they sort of let it rest for a little while. Sure, you had your periodical small changes and refurbishments here and there, but for the most part, it was pretty similar to the way you would find it in 1983. Minus the Skyway. Then in 2013, a small mini addition to Fantasyland would open up, replacing the Plaza Gardens, called Fantasy Fair, which is where you would go if you wanted to meet princesses or see a show or meet princesses. That was mainly the whole reason for the land's existence. But it served as sort of a mini expansion to Fantasyland. But further into Fantasyland proper, an original dark ride would begin to see more updates. Updates that would see it brought up to more recent standards with the addition of new special effects and scenes. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland seems like it would have opened with Disneyland, but in fact it opened 3 years later in 1958. But this was not going to be a retheme like a lot of people thought it was going to be. Instead, they took everything and expanded, or plussed it, as Walt would like to say, with the addition of new special effects through projections and, yes, screens. But look at guys, these are affected by your perspective. It's really cool. They timed the video to change perspective as your ride vehicle rides past it. That's pretty intense. Speaking of intense, they got rid of the weird smoky Cheshire Cat hallway in order to put an introduction to the Mad Tea Party scene, which I think is a pretty good improvement. I am afraid of no man, but that thing, it scares me. And so Alice was updated, but Disney had already gotten a taste of glory, and it wanted more. And they had a reason to, because Disney's 60th anniversary, the Diamond Celebration, was approaching, and now in a couple years we'll actually be at the 70th anniversary. Oh, how time flies. And so next up on the docket were actually 2 Fantasyland attractions. One, a classic that everyone always wants to ride for some reason all the time, and the wait time is always 45 minutes plus, so I just go across the street and ride Snow White instead, because that's usually 5 minutes, and I personally think it's a better attraction. It's Peter Pan's Flight, everybody! And the other was the world's first steel tubular roller coaster, the Matterhorn bobsleds. Let's focus on Peter Pan here, though, for a sec. The attraction is known, and very rightfully so, it's extremely impressive, for its miniature model of the City of London, which got a major enhancement during the refurbishment. They added clouds over the city and made it just brighter in general. Now you can actually see it on camera and, with your eyes. You can see cars moving on the street and the reflection of water flowing through the River Thames. That's impressive. Further into the attraction, we got a new updated star field around the Neverland model, and the Neverland model got a few touch-ups as well. Again, it's got those flowing rivers. Somehow that flowing water projection always manages to affect me deep down within my core. Good job, Disney. Meanwhile, over in kind of Fantasyland, the Matterhorn received a new update to its first lift hill. Harold the Yeti got a bit of a makeover, and there's a new reference to Frank Wells, the former CEO of Disney. A tribute that's made of old Matterhorn bobsleds and Skyway buckets, because remember the Skyway used to go through the Matterhorn? Yeah. Although, even with all of these updates to the dark ride scenes of the attraction, the track will still mangle your skeleton when you ride it. I mean, I guess that's part of the charm, right? And lastly, the queue would receive an update for Project Stardust, which is where they tried to make Disneyland more accessible for the opening of Galaxy's Edge and future expansions. I think they succeeded. We need to get to another attraction in Fantasyland that recently received an overhaul. That's right, guys, it's everybody's favorite Disney princess from Walt Disney's classic movie, Dumbo the Flying Elephant. Whereas Dumbo the Flying Elephant had a few tents and umbrellas to shade you from the Southern California sun as you waited in line, now it's got a brand new covered queue, guys! Awesome! And that's everything with Dumbo. We can go ahead and move on now. That's it. Now, before we get on to the newest addition to Fantasyland, I do want to take a second to talk about the Castle Paint Job and the Red Rose Tavern. 2 smaller additions that you may not think about. I mean, unless you're thinking about Disneyland in general, the castle's a pretty big thing, but when it applies to Fantasyland, it's technically part of it. You see, as part of Project Stardust, the castle got a paint job, making the colors more bold. It sticks out better in the daylight and at nighttime. Some people love the new colors and others not so much. Me, personally, I think they are fantastic. The same can't be said about Orlando's castle, though. What did you guys do? Meanwhile, if you were hungry, you could head back to the Village House restaurant, which underwent a transformation into the Red Rose Tavern, a limited time edition that was meant to celebrate the release of the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast. But if you look at the Disneyland map these days, you may notice that the Red Rose Tavern is still around. And don't worry guys, they updated the sign, it looks really good, don't fret. It was determined somewhere along the line that they would make the restaurant edition permanent in order to add new offerings to Fantasyland. Which is where I'm going with this entire video, guys. Okay, one more ride, one more attraction, the one you were all waiting for, and then I'll finally get to my point 10 minutes into the video. Ooh, sorry. Must be new me's way of going about things. On the winter solstice of 2020, that doesn't really matter, I just thought it was funny, Disney announced a new re-theme to Snow White's Scary Adventures called Snow White's Enchanted Wish when they released the following video.
We're here today in Snow White's Enchanted Wish attraction where we've made some major changes. What's so special about this attraction is actually Walt Disney's first major animated picture, as well as one of the original attractions in Fantasyland the day that Disneyland opened. We had a complete remodel of Fantasyland in the early 80s.
Okay, whoa, pause this, pause the video. Okay, we already talked about the 1983 renovation. Let's go ahead and skip a little bit forward.
We're finally giving Snow White the happily ever after that she deserves. We are putting the finishing touches on the attraction. We had a chance to really throw in a lot of spectacular magic in one scene in particular, and that is the dwarves' mine.
We took the opportunity this time to repaint all of the exterior in warmer pinks and gold colors and maybe a cheerier blue and made it feel happier. We are positive that the guests are going to be absolutely blown away by this dazzling new attraction and such a beautiful, sweet storyline.
Just lovely. Truly. But what does it all mean? Snow White's Enchanted Wish genuinely looks fantastic, but what does it mean? Why would they do this? They've been slowly making their way through Fantasyland for the past half of a decade. For what reason? What could Disney possibly stand to gain from this? Everybody, new Fantasyland. I mean, think about it. When they announced New Fantasyland for Walt Disney World, they made a huge deal about it. Commercials, promotional material, and the fans were mixed. So what's a smarter way to go about it? Don't announce anything until it's already done. Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, Snow White's Enchanted Wish. Are you guys seeing this? They're already updated. They've been doing it behind our backs this whole time. Those sly dogs over at Disney got away with doing a brand new improved Fantasyland before even touching Tomorrowland. This is why they didn't tell us. We would get upset if they told us they were doing Fantasyland before Tomorrowland. So what did they do? They didn't tell us. We need to open our eyes, everybody. What are they going to enhance next? Pinocchio's Daring Journey, or heaven forbid, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride? This is something that can, and I dare say will happen in the next few years. So to all my viewers out there who love riding Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, or dare I even say the Storybook Land canal boats, keep an eye out. Keep your eyes open, because these rides are going to be improved and made 10 times better very soon, whether or not you want them to. This is not a drill. So yeah, Disney is doing a remodel of Fantasyland, and it's been slow moving over the years, but you know, after a few more years, I think we should see the finished thing coming into fruition, and it'll be really, really cool. But let me ask you this very important question. I was serious about a change coming to Mr. Toad. I think that's in the cards and is coming soon. So when Disney inevitably goes in to upgrade Mr. Toad to the Fantasyland standard where Snow White, Peter Pan, and Alice are now, what do you want to see added or changed? Because I do believe Mr. Toad is here to stay. I don't think Disney is going to be removing it anytime soon, like within the next 50 years soon. So what would you like to see changed? So the next time you're walking around Fantasyland, remember it's past, all the attractions that have since gone or have been updated, but also keep in mind the future. The rides and experiences that will get upgraded over the years, but will remain at their core quintessentially Disney. Maybe not even quintessentially Disney. Quintessentially Walt Disney's original Fantasyland. The charm and the emotion and the nostalgia is still there. Which gives me an idea. I know what I need to do. And, you know, honestly, I think me and my stash here have learned our lesson. It doesn't matter who you are or who people want you to be. You should always be yourself and improve on what makes you original and fantastic, just like Fantasyland does. Which reminds me, I need to do something. Well, guys, me and the stash are back. And I brought something else with me. A little bit of an upgrade. Now, I'm wearing a different hat. See guys, I learned that just like Fantasyland, if you continue to grow and evolve, you can still stay the same amazing person or land you were before. And so I'm not gonna let any starter pack try to dictate how I dress or what I do or what watches I do or do not wear. I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna make more videos about Fantasyland. I'm gonna make a video about the Haunted Mansion. Yeah, they've never seen me do that before, and it's going to be fantastic. But what about the stash? Should I show you what's in the stash after all this time of building it up? I think you guys deserve it. Let me show you. I've been super excited to bust this open for a really long time. Let's see in the... Oh no. It's an ad spot. Did you guys know that the Magic Candle Company sells so much more than just candles? Look at this. This is contemporary scented hand sanitizer. This hand sanitizer will teleport you directly to the lobby of the Contemporary Resort in Walt Disney World. And it's hand sanitizer, so, you know, it comes in handy these days. Or maybe you're one of those people who's a massive fan of Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and you want your hands to smell like it every time you're done using the restroom. Well, guess what? Magic Candle Company has you covered in that area as well. Not that area, your hands. The candles, the myth, the legend. Visit the link in the description down below and use offer code OFFHAND15 for 15% off your whole purchase. Not one candle, not two candles, not one soap, your whole purchase. Wait, that offer code was one of the things on the starter pack I was trying to prove wrong. And I'm standing in front of the green screen right now. That's okay. At least we're not going to be fading to black, are we, guys? Wait, are we? Oh, you're doing it right now? Alright, guess the hat gets to go. Hello everybody, thank you all so much for watching my video on the changes and changes that are coming to Fantasyland at Disneyland. If you liked this video, you gotta hit that like button. Of course, that's what it's for, that's what it says. And if you're new around here and like my videos, please hit the subscribe button for more stuff like it. Also, don't forget to ring the bell. I forget to mention that often, and it's a very important thing for channels to grow, so just ring that bell for me. Do me a quick favor. If you want more of my kind of stuff, head over to my Twitter at OffhandDisney, or go over to the Foolish Mortals podcast channel, where I have a podcast about the Haunted Mansion with my good friend Disney Dan. I will put a link to that as well in the description down below. I hope you guys can tell the work I'm putting into these newer videos. I'm really putting my heart and soul into them, and I hope it shows because I'm really liking the way these come out. And if you really like my videos, head over to my Patreon, also in the description, guys. That's where it's all gonna be. And subscribe for even just $1. You get access to early episode audio and sometimes previews of videos before they're uploaded. Well, I guess before they're made public, I should say. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope March is being kind to you all so far. I mean, it is the second day of March, but you know, it still stands. I'm looking forward to doing more live streams with you guys. It really is it's just a lot of fun for like an hour. We just get to chat. So maybe I'm going to do more of those in the future, probably this next upcoming week. If you're watching this in the future, you can find a list of my previous live streams in the video that I upload after the live stream. So if that makes sense, watch my video that I upload after the live stream, and there will be a link to the previous live stream. And I gotta say thank you to Troy H Official on Twitter for making that starter pack and sort of inspiring the story of this video. Go check him out. It's really funny. Really funny. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching this video on Fantasyland. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope you did. I had fun making it. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.